Hi everyone! Today's subject feels way too big to tackle, but I'm going to give it a try. It's acceptance. So the Buddhists and the Stoics and many others have a lot more to say about this than I do, and there's thousands of old and new texts about it. But I'm going to share what I learned about acceptance from thru-hiking. One fact is that you will be uncomfortable. You will be too hot with no sight of shade. You will have hundreds of different pains all over your body. Your butt is going to hitch like crazy. Your thighs are going to chafe, or other parts of your body. You will think the same thoughts over and over again. Your fingers are gonna get so cold that you cannot use them, and then you're gonna get hungry, you're gonna want to eat your lunch, but your fingers are stuck like this. You will slip on the snow, or you will face plant. You will go insane from all the mosquitoes. You will walk in the wrong direction for an hour or 2 hours. You will get lost and angry. You will roll your ankle for the 10,000th time. You'll get bored out of your mind. The list could go on. You will be miserable, that is for sure. But how you deal with it is the question. The good news is that if you can handle mental and physical discomfort, you're most likely going to be fine. Acceptance is easy to think about right now, but harder to practice in the moment. How do you do it? The very best way, in my opinion, is definitely humor. Once we were sleeping in an underpass, and not only was there the highway and train tracks above our heads, but there was also wind sending sand into our faces all night. That was easily the worst night of my whole life. But the next morning we laughed about it so much. My friend Duncan said it was a great exfoliation experience and some people would pay a lot of money for this. Having people around definitely helps to go through the struggle, but a lot of acceptance is going to have to happen in here multiple times a day. Sometimes it's going to be about canceling your emotions, like I talked in one of the previous episodes. Sometimes it's going to be about repeating a mantra over and over again in your head, like, this will pass, this will pass, this will pass. Another mantra that we used half-jokingly is that pain is weakness leaving your body. Another one that feels good to me is, this is hard, but it's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be hard, it's supposed to be hard. It makes the misery feel normal and like it's exactly what you signed up for. At the end of the day, if a mantra makes you feel good, then you adopt it. Sometimes it's also going to help if you observe a situation as it is without turning it into a catastrophe. For example, say you have a lot of pain in your right foot, instead of thinking, oh, my foot hurts so much, I wish it didn't hurt so bad, why did I get those shoes, I'm so stupid, da 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 da. You might think instead, I feel pain in my right foot at the moment. Interesting, because it was in my left foot yesterday, and it's exactly the same pain I felt in my thigh last week. You just, observe a situation and you don't make it mean anything. Another thing you can do is turn a situation that's happening right now around you into a story for later. So while you're living the struggle, you're thinking in your head about what kind of story it's going to make later on. You're going to have hours and hours to think about acceptance, what it means, and how to practice it. The better you get at accepting the struggle, the more liberated you will be. Because what's the opposite of acceptance? It's resistance. And resistance is poison. Resistance is a frown. Resistance can also be entitlement. So thinking things like, I don't deserve this type of weather, I didn't sign up for this, I shouldn't have to tolerate so much pain. Why is Mother Nature treating me this way? This sort of attitude is what brings a lot of people to quit. As the name says it, the only way out is through. Through the misery, through this very minute, through this storm, through this hill, through this awful day. Sure, you can successfully finish a through hike with a lot of grit and a frown on your face, but ideally you'd want to learn to walk through a rainy day with a smile on your face and bring that sort of lesson back to real life. The beautiful thing that happens with time on trail is how your attitude to struggle changes and how your threshold for comfort also completely. You're gonna put on a pair of clean socks and it's going to feel orgasmic. The sun is going to come out after 3 days of rain and you're gonna cry of joy. You're gonna see a tiny flower and the way the color changes with the sunset is gonna break your heart. That's one of the reasons I got this umbrella tattooed. People had told me Washington was going to be the hardest part of the PCT, with the ups and downs all day, the steep climbs, the rain, the cold. But for me, by that time, I was so happy to be there. I was savoring the last moments. I was ready for any unexpected obstacle. I was loving it. So I don't know, guys. I just think you're really lucky for what's coming. I hope you're gonna enjoy it, accept all the obstacles that come your way. And next week's the last episode. I'm gonna try and think of something clever to say that has a bit more direction than it did today. Have a good week, and I'll see you again for the last episode.